G'day Tim, congratulations on the contract extension. Was it a tough decision to make to re-sign for 2 more years?
I think so. It was pretty easy in my eyes. Obviously, from where I've come from the last couple of seasons, being at Eastern Suburbs, to be back in a pro environment and offered a 2-year extension, I was thrilled.
When you arrived, it was just a 1-year deal. Did you feel like you were here to prove yourself to gain an extension, or was it more you just seeing what it was like and whether it fitted what you were about?
I think a bit of both. Obviously, I had a lot to prove. Being back in, obviously, I played amateur for the last few seasons beforehand, but always thought, had self-belief in myself to be good enough at this level. So, yeah, I think a bit of both.
Are you now a right back?
It's one of those ones that you say you're obviously happy to play wherever. I enjoy playing right back. I think there's qualities that suits my game. But look, yeah, if it means I'm in the starting 11 at right back, I'm more than happy to do so.
It almost happened a little bit, through obviously Louis' misfortune and the position opened up there for you. Now that you've played there for a bit, do you see it, as a place you could play for a decent chunk of your career?
Yeah, I think so. I think with previous coaches I've talked about, and obviously, as I said before, at Eastern Suburbs last year I played centre back quite a bit. So I think that defending aspect of my game is probably one of my strengths. So yeah, look, I could see myself playing there for the foreseeable future.
And what about, even for the national side? There's a opportunity, I guess, there as well. Would you consider playing there if asked for the national side?
Yeah, I think that's. I've had a few talks with Danny. I think that's where he sees me playing. It's one of my. I think if I can play a lot of games at that position, then I think he thinks that I can do quite well. So look, yeah, as I said before, I'm more than happy to play there.
Do you think the stability signing so many guys now will help in the seasons to come as well?
Yeah, I think the way the club's gone about it in the last month or so is fantastic, obviously, for what happened last season. We've obviously been doing okay recently in the last few games, and to show commitment to some of the players is fantastic.
Yeah, looking ahead to playing Central Coast Mariners, Ufuk had mentioned a couple of weeks ago that he sees January as a month to get all 12 points. Do you think that is a realistic target?
Look, I think as us as a team, we're just focusing on each game as it comes. And if we take care of each game, then look, if we end up with whatever this month entails, then yeah, it'll be good. But look, we're just focusing on each game at once.
Because when you look at the table, is it strange to think you're still kind of only 6th place when you've had so many good results in the last few months?
I guess a little bit, but I think it's the league's very tight. Apart from Sydney, everyone's kind of beating everyone. So look, we've just got to continue what we've been doing the last 6-7 weeks, and get another 3 points on Saturday.
Because how does the mindset change when you play a team that is quite a bit lower than you on the table? I guess in previous games, you kind of go in almost as the underdog, but now people are probably expecting these next 4 games that the Phoenix will win.
I think it's the same mentality each week. Going into the game, wanting to get 3 points, wanting to be hungry for those 3 points. Nothing much changes how we do things. Obviously, it's a different team we come against, so a little bit tweaking tactically. But apart from that, we just focus on ourselves and trying to get 3 points.
And do you think it's going to help your game, just knowing that the off-field stuff in terms of your future is sorted now, that you can just kind of focus on playing?
Yeah, it's something as a footballer you get almost quite used to, with the fact that sometimes you're playing on your last year of your contract and things like that. But yeah, to have stability in your job is fantastic.
You obviously enjoyed your time at Eastern Suburbs, but where does playing in this group and in this environment and the role you're on now rate in your footballing career?
It's very early on so far, but I think it's, from what I've noticed massively, it's a pretty special group of players. They're all really top guys, which is obviously coming from New Zealand. It's quite common, but when you're overseas in professional environments, it's very uncommon. So yeah, I think that aspect of it, in teams with good team culture, can do good things. So hopefully that bodes well for us.
Do you make sure that any Aussies coming in know that the benchmark is quite high for Kiwi guys and personalities?
I don't know if I let them know, but it's more the fact that I think with what Ufi's done with the team, and he makes sure he gets good personalities and good characters in.
On that kind of camaraderie and everything, how much does the fact that we had Taylor and Rufa signing earlier in the week or end of last week, does that play into the fact that quite a few of you now may look at it as a more positive sign to commit a few more years here to the Phoenix?
Yeah, of course. When you see 2 vice captain and captain sign on, and two very experienced players in this league, and obviously Taylor's experience in the Premier League and a top level. It only bodes well for the future. Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of conversations just happen between agent and club, etc. But do you, as players, also, you know, around a coffee table or something, have a bit of a chat about what you see as a future and 2-3 year plan, or is it only, you know, the agents and maybe Ufuk who look that far ahead?
I don't know. I don't have an agent, so I can't answer that one.
Sounds. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say. So, I mean, how do you enjoy the negotiation aspects of it?
It's never really nice to, I guess, talk about money and things like that, because it can be a little bit uncomfortable at times, but yeah, it's just part of it.
So do you just go in there and sit down with Gilly yourself and eyeball him and you guys work it out?
Yeah.
Wow. No support person, just you?
I had someone helping me a little bit over this one, but yeah, just from previous experiences and things like that, I've chosen to go with myself.
And you're happy enough? You don't feel the need to bring anybody in?
I think if there is a time and I need someone, you got the people like the Aussie PFA, New Zealand PFA, who can lend a helping hand when needed.
And you'll be a football agent beyond your career then? That could be your future?
Don't think so.
Hey, on that note, did you look elsewhere?
No.
So it sounds like it was a fairly easy decision.
Yeah, for me, as I said before, from where I've come from, recently playing back home in New Zealand at an amateur level, to be back in a pro footy environment is where I want to be. And and as I said before, with the players that have been re-signed recently and how we've been going recently, it's only just bodes well for the future. Absolutely.
And speaking of those players, is there anyone or anything in particular that sort of influenced you to stay?
No, I don't think so.
No. And so what about the recent form? Has that come into it?
Obviously, at a football club, when you're winning and doing well, it provides a more positive environment. So yeah, that aspect definitely helps. If you're not winning games and not doing well, it can be quite negative. So. And
obviously, the culture at the moment is quite positive with the guys.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's as I said before, it's a unique bunch of lads who are actually really top guys. So yeah, the vibe in the camp is fantastic at the moment.
And does the All Whites sort of come into your thinking when you stay with the Phoenix?
I think it has to, in the fact that it's obviously from, as I said before, where I've come from, being in a pro footy environment is only going to add aspect, and being, I guess, close to the All Whites in New Zealand, close to Danny, is only a positive thing.
Any New Year's resolutions, Sam?
Not for me.
Not getting out on the jet skis with Stephen Taylor any more often?
I'm still waiting for my invite, I think.